Alright, pop an ult. Oh, wait, what's going on? How come the res still takes forever? I don't know, man. Alright. So anyways, guys, Mercy just took a huge nerf. Oh, I can't even do the emotes. No dancing. Alright. Well, she also moves technically slower in her ultimate form right now while you're using Valkyrie. But we're here to check out the new changes to Mercy, and there's also a nerf to Junkrat. But man, we're really here to talk about Mercy. So while Mercy's dancing over here, let's go ahead and go over the new changes over on the PTR. And I think these are really great changes for the game. So first off, two heroes got changed, Junkrat and Mercy. Junkrat's a really simple thing. His concussion mine does less damage depending on how close or far away the target is from the center of the mine's explosion. Mercy, she got doomfisted over here, and I'm sorry, all you Mercy mains that I boosted, you guys are going to go back to silver where you belong. But anyways, Valkyrie, her ultimate ability is the only thing that's really getting changed, but it's huge, okay? As you guys know, Mercy, she's like one of the most popular like healers in the game. She's kind of required arguably in the higher competitive section of the game. But anyways, Valkyrie, no longer reses are instant, so it makes it's just like you would normally have your ability to res. It's not like it gets changed for Valkyrie. It's still slow. You have to sit there. You have to channel it. And on top of that, it no longer grants a bonus charge of res. So that means if I res someone with my regular ability, right? So like you can see there's a target that's dead over here. Well, we'll have to wait until it dies again. But if there's a target that is dead and I res them, and then I try to pop my ultimate, I don't get another charge. So that means there's only one res, and that's huge for the game. And then on top of it, the speed boost that a Guardian Angel receives, it's been reduced by 50%. So if I res right now, and let's say again I was to pop my ultimate, I would not get another charge of that. And then, because that wasn't enough, and I'm actually okay with all these, by the way, duration has been reduced from 20 seconds to 15 seconds. So that's a pretty big change. That's 75% of what it used to be. And then on top of that, there's so many other like nerfs over there. I'm just going to show you guys real quick that you just don't gain another charge, because that's kind of like an important thing. You know, bringing back just another hero, but just you know, a tap of a button. Let me go ahead and just move these notes off the screen. So those are the changes to the game. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. So if I use my regular res, pop my ultimate, it's still on cooldown. I don't get another one. So Jeff Kaplan, thank you. Although, can you please nerf Mercy a little bit more? Because I just want people to play more things than Mercy. Because when you get two Mercy mains on a team, it's not so good. And you guys can see the speed with Valk. I mean, I honestly can't tell the difference. If that's 50% reduction, that's crazy. Keep in mind, guys, these are only changes over on the PTR. Now, real quick, I'll go ahead and give you guys what I think about Mercy. I don't really play Mercy that often. However, if I'm playing on my Grandmaster's account and we don't have a Mercy, I almost feel like it's a loss. I will gladly swap and play Mercy if, you know, I'm playing with top 500s or like I'm really wanting to win and everyone else plays another role. What I really dislike is when there's a one-trick Mercy and she's like, I don't want to play Mercy now, or he is like, no, I don't really want to play Mercy anymore. But if they main Mercy, there's not a skill set that you can transfer over to. So before, when Mercy's res got changed, I remember a lot of people were like, dude, I don't want to play Mercy anymore because, you know, she got changed. And she was still very viable in the game. And I still feel like she is definitely still viable. But the one problem I have with all these Mercy mains that are going to like be like, all right, I'm going to play Moira now, or I'm going to play this character now. There's very few skill sets that you have that you can transfer to from a Mercy main to these other heroes. And my real question is Mercy even viable anymore? Because that's going to be a topic that a lot of people probably will be talking about. And here's my thoughts on it. Obviously, in the lower ranks of the game, it's kind of hard to have people give communication. And for I don't know what reason, even when I'm playing at Grandmasters, a lot of Mercies, they just like don't communicate as much as like any other hero. For some reason, they just like either A, don't have a mic, or they just don't want to use it. I don't know. But that happens a lot of times. I have two friends that are actually top 500 Mercy mains, and I'm sure they're gonna, maybe I should have hit them up. Maybe we'll get an interview, but I feel like I could just tell you what they would say. I don't really like the changes. But the thing is that while I use Valkyrie, I actually need to tell my teammates, hey, I'm going to res this target. I need you to create space, whether it's Winston or someone just to body block so I don't take the damage, so I don't die when I'm using my ultimate. That's a huge deal because that makes you kind of need to say, I need to go for this res, or, you know, I have res, body block for me, I'm resing. Because before you just be able to fly down, res, okay, someone just got a really good ultimate, killed 2 people, and you just, it just feels like dirty to resurrect people when like it's so no skill to actually hit one button. Obviously, for positioning, yes, I will defend Mercy mains that you need to have good positioning, but that requires your team to have good positioning to body block for you. It's not you. You need to call that out, but at the same time, I don't know. That's my thoughts on Mercy. I still think she's viable. But at the very, very high level of game, dude, like, if Mercy main pops Valk, a lot of Widows, even at high level of games, I've seen a lot of really, really good, like, you know, top 100 players that play Widow, they just won't even go for Mercy when she's Valking. It's too difficult sometimes to go off and just try to hit that target. It's really difficult. But now it's obviously going to be much easier to hit those targets. So at the very high level, I'm talking like tournament level play, not just like, you know, the internal like matchmaking system, because I still think that there's going to be a bunch of one-trick Mercies in the game. Again, really what it comes down to, I think she's viable, but at the very, very high level, she's just going to see probably a lot less play because, you know, Zen right now actually has like really, really high win rate, especially in Asia, one of the top heroes right now. But the thing is that if Zen is already, you know, getting better, and, you know, they just recently buffed Ana, so I think a lot of Mercy mains will probably try to swap over, but again, it's going to take them a lot of practice. Heck, a lot of times what happens when there's two Mercy mains, one of them picks Diva, usually ends up feeding, because let's be honest, that's kind of just how Mercy is. She doesn't transfer skill sets over to other heroes. But we're here to next up take a look at my man Junkrat, because some of you guys know I play a lot of Junkrat actually. It's my third most played on my Try Hard Grandmasters account. You know, I do play him from time to time on my Smurfs. I do just think he's a solid pick. Alright, so important thing, the mine. It does less damage on range. Let's go ahead and showcase off that you can still do this combo, because this is like the key reason why I think a lot of people wanted Junkrat nerfed in the first place, is this combo. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. You go up to Junkrat and he's like, oh, boop, and then he throws down the mine. But look at how much damage this mine did, okay? Before, he would always hit for 120, regardless of how far away the mine was. The grain would also hit for 120, so you could kill 200 HP targets really, really fast. Even if they were, like, kind of getting healed by something, with the exception of, like, an Ana shot, you'd be able to kill the target, like, instantly. But now, this is after a grenade. He still can survive. So, a lot of times what you'll see now is targets that are very low on HP that survive from like a shot, and then maybe a concussion mine, that one's probably gonna kill it. But the thing is that you're gonna see some targets kind of survive with, like, again, like 10 HP-ish. The reason why I say 10-ish HP is because, here, let me show you how big the radius is on the concussion mine. If you want to, you can slow this down. I can visually see it, but just keep your eyes right on the mine. I want to explode it. There's actually a small explosion on the inside, and then you guys can see like how it kind of goes outward. Now again, it used to just do 120. That was just a flat integer. Now it has, I want to say, 3 like specific integers. It's 30, 60, and 120. It's not always going to be that. You can do 40 damage, you can do 50, you can do integers in between. But majority of the time, let's go ahead and throw a mine like over here, right? You can see right now this one over here, it took about what was that, 50, 60? That's about 60. So 60 plus the 120 is going to be 190. So a lot of these targets will be living with a little bit less HP. It also technically does another thing for Junkrat. So let's say you're on Eichenwald, King's Row, any map that like there's a really, really good choke for Junkrat to spam under, right? A lot of times he would throw the mine over like a Reinhardt shield or a Narissa shield. He would pop it, build ult charge. So it's going to be much more difficult for him to build ult charge in that sense. You can still obviously do it. I don't find it very hard. I feel like the main problem that made everyone complain about Junkrat, because I've seen tons of people complain about Junkrat, even at lower levels. Heck, at high levels, a lot of players that play Tracer, like, they would just die to something, like, they would watch their kill feed and it would be a Junkrat just spamming. Like, Junkrat wouldn't even be looking and he'd just be spamming over there and something would just die and he'd be like, oh sweet, I got killed. And as a Junkrat player, I've done that tons and tons of times. But I didn't like to be on the receiving end of that. And I think that that is still going to be something people complain about. I don't think these changes are enough to make Junkrat completely unviable, like, in the game. But I still think that these changes, it will satisfy some people because it's like, oh, Junkrat got a nerf. Cool, but it's not the thing that I think people are complaining about. It's more so I just really dislike seeing the kill feed of Junkrat just spamming and getting a free kill, or just a kill that you felt like it was kind of dirty. But let me try to see if I can get like a 30 damage mine over here. I'm gonna spray right here, so you guys can see over here. Okay, that one was that's still like 60 points of damage, right? Let me go and kill this target so we can get fresh targets, because these ones might have actually been damaged before. But I still think a lot of people that have played Junkrat, don't worry, your Junkrat is still definitely going to be very viable in the game. So let's go ahead and, we did one right there. Let's see if we can do it like a little bit further back. So that one wasn't even close enough. I feel like a lot of times it's very difficult to do that 30 integer. I was actually like trying to test out the numbers before so I can get a flat integer. Over there, that's still 60 points of damage. Like, you'd have to be at the very, very tip to do that 30 points of damage. Like that one, that was a 30 points of damage. So like, it's very, very difficult to pull off the 30 points of damage. You're probably just not going to do the damage. It's basically like maybe a few pixels that's going to allow you to do that. But overall, Junkrat still very viable. I don't think any Junkrat mains are going to be like, dude, I'm not playing Junkrat anymore. But more importantly, I wanted to go over the this discussion that I wanted to open up with you guys, because one problem before that Mercy had in the game was that any other support ultimate never traded with Valkyrie, right? Valkyrie, it lasts way longer than like Lucio drop beat, Zenyatta's like you know, into the iris. It didn't, like, the duration was much longer, and also Mercy could change that into a damage boost. Like, that's insane. On top of that, she protected herself. Obviously, with Lucio, you can get your ult interrupted. Same thing with Mercy, but the thing is that you'd be up in the air, so you were basically free to do whatever you wanted to do as far as, like, you were safe is what I'm trying to say. And, like, if a Mora pops for ult, and a Mercy pops for ult, we're saying, like, you know, one team has a Mora, one team has a Mercy, and let's say they're doing solo kills, which that happens a lot in ranked, right? In solo queue. But, like, you can never trade any other of the healer ultimates with Mercies. Like, it's just, it outclasses them so hard, not only by duration, but by what you can do with it. Like, it can be damage, it can be heal, it can hit multiple people, and it only hits one player. Like, it's just ridiculous how crazy good Valk was for that amount of time. And like I said, I'm really glad that this is getting nerfed. But I feel like a lot of people that play Mercy, and Mercy is actually one of the most popular heroes in the game. I hope they don't change it back. I hope she gets something else in her kit, just to make her like more skillful, so to speak. So you have like some sort of like thing to do in the game other than just like specifically rely on your teammates. At least that's my personal take on it. I know a lot of Mercy mains are going to be upset, but I still think she's viable. I don't think she's terrible. There's a lot of people that saying she's absolutely trash. I'm never touching her again. I want to swap to something else. Like, that was honestly the case with Roadhog. Roadhog, I think, is the only hero in the game that got changed so hard. We're talking about the time where when he healed, he couldn't move, he didn't have the damage reduction. We're talking way before that. When he like couldn't kill anything, it was just terrible, alright? Like, I was a Roadhog main at that point, and dude, I dropped so much SR. I was in like Masters at the time, and like, dude, I couldn't make Roadhog work. But Mercy, it's going to require, if you're a Mercy main, you're going to need a little bit of communication. You're going to say, hey, I need to res this target, and you just stand in front of it when I'm valking. That's basically what it comes down to, which you should already be communicating these kinds of things anyways. But she's not out of the game. Again, these are my personal opinions on it. You guys can let me know down below. Junkrat is whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. Mercy, it is a huge nerf, though. It really is. But I think that she's so good. REZ is such a good ability that you really can't balance it too well. I think a lot of people have mentioned that. But the thing is that because you just have it as like a 30-second cooldown, you have it in the very beginning, it still shifts the momentum of like that very beginning push. If you get a pick and they don't have a Mercy and like they finally get a kill after maybe you've killed two, you can res that and it just shifts it in your favor so hard still. That's my personal thoughts. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're always doing some discussions on Overwatch content. I'll do more like patch note stuff, because I find it fun, because a lot of you guys come to my stream. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, link will be down below. And you guys come into the stream, you guys ask me these questions, and I think it's good that I make these videos. This one I actually made ahead of time. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I am signing out.